Hi guys, so Mick Lynch was invited on to BBC Question Time and he did not disappoint. Now Lynch has said for some time that the strikes are not just about pay but also about how rail operators are planning to lay off people first through voluntary redundancies and then through mandatory ones. The Tory who drew the shortest straw to go up against the RMT union leader was Rachel Maclean, not the Conservatives' brightest. She tried to defend Network Rail here, but that defence backfired spectacularly. Enjoy.
The companies have told me face to face they could achieve a guarantee of no compulsory redundancies.
Yes, so why don't you negotiate with them
because
on that
they
basis?
won't write it down on a piece of paper and give it to us as the commitment.
It is.
But they...
It's here.
No, it's not.
It
I thought
is.
you
That's
didn't
the letter.
interfere in these negotiations,
I've
but you've got a Network Rail letter.
I've got the Network Rail letter here.
Now, this is very interesting, and I'll get back to the discussion in a moment, but Grant Shapps said he would not get involved in these negotiations because it was not his place, even though he's the Transport Secretary. And here we have Rachel Maclean, who's a nobody, with a letter from Network Rail. So something is going on. Remember, Grant Shapps said, no, I can't get involved. It's between the rail operators and the trade unions. It's not my job. And she has this letter. Where the heck did she get this letter? Anyway, let's continue.
Redundancies.
Yes, so why don't you negotiate with them
because
on that
they
basis?
won't write it down on a piece of paper and give it to us as the commitment.
It is.
But they...
It's here.
No, it's not.
It
I thought
is.
you
That's
didn't
the letter.
interfere in these negotiations,
I've
but you've
had
got
the
a Network Rail letter.
I've got the Network Rail letter here.
That does not give us...
OK, none of us
that
can
does
read
not
it.
give us
So do you want to read out the
guarantee.
relevant bit, Rachel?
Will you read out where
Well,
it
it
says...
doesn't say guarantee.
Well, look,
of
someone
no
read it out, for
compulsory
heaven's sake. Rachel, you've got it. Will you read out the relevant bit?
When the changes are implemented, our need for maintenance and work delivery staff is likely to reduce. We will need to commence formal redundancy consultation with our trade unions. No, it's not. Again, while we do not have to agree those redundancy with our trade unions, we would much prefer to implement them with your agreement and cooperation. We very much hope and anticipate that sufficient employees will volunteer for redundancy to avoid the need to make anyone compulsory redundant.
So where does it...
And there you have it. The company's saying, we would like to negotiate with you, but if we can't, then we'll lay people off as we wish. We will make people redundant, and it will not be voluntary. There you have it. And her whole point was, look, Mick said, yes, they have said it to us, but they haven't put it in writing. You know, one thing is that them saying, yeah, don't worry, we won't make anyone redundant, or we won't force anyone into redundancy. One thing is saying it, but he wanted it in writing so that he can, have something a bit more than just a word. And her entire argument against that was, yeah, it is in writing. And then she reads it out and it's like, actually, you're right. If they want, they will make people redundant.
That's not a guarantee,
Does
then,
it say there's a guarantee of no compulsory redundancy?
It's very clear.
Does it say no compulsory redundancy?
No, of course it doesn't, because
Well,
as the lady said, no organisation can give that guarantee, but you can see...
But your entire argument was, yes, they're giving this guarantee, and now you're saying, no, well, nobody can give that guarantee. I understand why she was sent, because if Grant Shapps had been sent, he probably would have to resign tomorrow.
Rail gave us that guarantee for 12 years on the top.
You can see here in black and white, it says they want to do this with your agreement. And if you will negotiate with them, you can protect the jobs of that gentleman over there.
It doesn't say what you said it said.
Well, what I said it
I
said...
think we're going round and round here. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen.
But let's hang on.
What an absolute joke. And as I said, I think I know why she was sent, because the others are afraid. You definitely don't want to send Grant Shapps. You don't want to send Chris Phillip again. It didn't work out very well before. And it's to save face for them. Send in this nobody, this sacrificial lamb, because they're going to get eaten up by Mick Lynch. And there you have it. This idea that you're trying to defend the rail network from the suggestion that they would compulsorily lay people off. And you bring a piece of paper with you that you haven't friggin' read. Or you read, but you didn't expect that you'd actually have to read it out to the audience. Absolutely insane. Well done to Mick. And once again, he has been proven right here. This is not just about pay, it's also about laying people off. And if they're not able to negotiate voluntary redundancy, they'll go down a different route. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.